Hello everyone. So I've made two of these videos, and for some reason I talk about it so many things other than the purpose of the video. Actually, the first one I made was an hour long. So that should tell you something. So the video was about a Mac. I used to use first Windows computer I ever had. My grandparents picked me up from middle school for some reason, and they said, my grandfather said, "I got you. We got you a computer." And I screamed so loud. It was an HP Pavilion, and I still have it. Although I get the hard drives out so I put stuff on disks. But I used to use MIRC with that, AIM, and first time I ever used the internet, I used to look at MTV and all that stuff back then, man. That's a long time ago. Actually, AIM is that's how I could make friends. I couldn't talk to people in person. I was terrified because my dad got mentally and physically abused and tortured my mom, brother, and I. So I was so afraid to stand out and talk to people. But when I was typing to them like that, I could get people to like me. And actually, one guy I was so desperate to talk to back then actually um, did something in 2003, kind of killed me. I was doing something, getting in his car, and he kept stuck in the gas, and he took off, and I fell out, and that was where I had a breathing tube and feeding tube and all this stuff. So interesting, isn't it, how that worked out for me? Sometimes wonder if it hadn't been for AIM, would I ever have had an accident? Crazy. Anywho, so I used Windows, and my mom was built at Best Buy, and it was dual boot. It was cool, but I started having problems. And there was a show on TV with, I think, Will Arnett. He was talking about how his character used an Apple, and it's just a different environment. And something in my head said, okay, get an Apple. So I got a MacBook, and I actually never really used it. I think I turned it on one time, and I looked last year, and last time it had been turned on was 2015, so that was a complete waste of my money. Then I saved for a long time, got a Mac Pro. I wanted the one you could get 4 hard drives in. But of course, by the time I'd saved the money for it, they stopped making it. So I got the trash can looking one. And last year, look, I finally pointed the right way. Back there, that little, that's actually an iPad. And that is a MacBook I got last year, and I used that to write. And though I have this Cintiq 32 Pro monitor, I use that little tiny 12-inch monitor to write. I'm rocking out the writing. Just thought I'd tell you now because why not, we're talking. Can't breathe, dang wildfire stuff's really bothering my lungs. It's the first day I ever wrote was 6/12/22, and I had 3 chapters, 4 pages, and 1,288 words. And the last time I wrote was 9:58 a.m. Had to be p.m. Okay. 6/29/2023, and I have 1,000 pages, 279 chapters, 182,290 it says pages, but it's got to be words. Yeah, it says words. Let me fix that. I've really been writing a lot, I'm proud of myself for that. And I knew, I look at stuff this way. When I was writing it, when I first started, I said, months from now, I'm going to look at this thing, I'm going to say, wow, look where I started, look where I am now. So I'm rocking that out. And also, as I said, I have a Cintiq Pro. I have a copyright in a kid's book as well. I write it and I draw the pictures for it. So I used to use Photoshop for that because I have the Adobe suite, and I use Adobe Premiere a lot. And I have a program called Shivner. Well, I haven't used that ever have to. Clip Art Studio, whatever it is. And I'm excited to try to make some little cartoons with that. But I haven't really did it yet. This Mac I have now, it was from 2013. Actually, I pre-ordered it before it even came out, so earliest one of those. And it's just everything. Like when I use the one drawing program, I'll draw, and then like a second or so later, it'll actually start drawing. It's just slowing down, and I love it. I just hate, I can't use it anymore. And as you may or may not know, I cannot upgrade anything in it because the way it's made. And this is let's see, late 2013, 2.7, 12 core Intel Xeon E5, 64 gigs, 1866 DDR3 memory. It's got a 1 terabyte drive, AMD Fire Pro D700 6GB graphics card. So, it was cool when I got them, and I was like, wow, so neat. The one I want to get has. Now, I don't want to get. Now, first, I was going to get the bigger version because I thought I could put my own stuff in, it'll be cool. But then I watched the last Apple thing they had, and I started reading about it, and I thought, PCI, what can I really do with that? And then I heard it really comes with a graphics card built in, so I thought, what's the point of me getting a computer that I can upgrade when I'm not going to need to upgrade anything? Plus, it starts at $69.99.99. And I saw the Apple Studio, and I thought, that is interesting. So I looked online about it, and I read on forums, and forums are so helpful. When you're looking for something. The Studio is pretty much the same as the Pro, but you can't upgrade. So then I said, okay, I'm going to get the Studio. And that was my decision. And I thought about it, and I ran the numbers so much, seeing how much it would cost me and how much I'm going to have all my money back in a couple of months that I spend on it. So I decided just to get it. And let me see if I can see which one I want to get. I have it written down somewhere because I have so many notes I made myself. I sent to my mom to tell her I let her put me money over. It's my account, but I let her do it because though I'm 38, it's going to sound kind of stupid, I guess. I don't want her to think that she's not still important to me. Does that make sense? I want her to know that I'll always need her, and I'll always be so happy to have her there helping me with stuff. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does to me. And let me see what I'm looking for here. I always found it now. I'm in the right spot. Let's see. New. Well. Oh, here we go. Cool. I want to get the close this little window here. I was going to get the lowest processor, but I have to get the M2 Max 12 core, 38 core, 16 core, because if I don't get the 38, then I can only get 64 gigs of memory, and I'm going to get 96 gigabytes of memory, which you're probably saying that's way more than I need, but that's okay. I just wanted to get one like that, and 2 terabyte storage, and that's what I want to get. And I'm going to be ordering it in a few days, so I just thought, dang smoke from Canada, man. Of course, me coughing is nothing to the poor people that have to live there and the people that have to fight the fire. Awful. I just thought I would do something showing when people like unboxing stuff, so that's what I'm going to do. And, this little thing, I like it so much. When I first got it, remember, it has a lock on it. And the whole thing fell out on the floor. That would have really been bad, but, something I just liked about Apple. Now, that being said, my HP Pavilion, Windows 98 will always be my all-time favorite operating system. Because that's the first one I ever had. Before I even had the internet, I would send my aunt emails so I didn't even have the internet. And I'd say, did you get the email? She said, no. And I just put her name as her email address. That's what I know. Can you imagine if things were like that? But, man, that thing got me through so much stuff. So many important. When my mom and dad got divorced, and we used to go with my dad's with my brother, and then he started living in a sailboat. I hated that so much. I hated that boat. He had no clue how to sail, and he would often be drinking in the middle of the night, like midnight, in the water, huge ships going by. We'd be there in a boat, having no clue what was going on. Awful. And, so yeah, but all that stuff happened, when I was a teenager growing up, middle school and all that, I had that computer. Even after my brain injury in 2003, I had that computer. All those things, such important parts of my life. That computer was there with me, It's weird to look at it like that now, but I do, because I see things completely differently now since my accident. But plus, I was 306 pounds, and I thought I still remember my grandfather when I was a kid. He said something. He said, your great-grandfather was always a big guy. Because people would kind of call me fat. No, I wasn't that big back when I was a kid. I was really thin, and then I got my tonsils removed, or adenoids. And like the next year, I was like 100 pounds heavier. And I read a few years ago that could happen. Actually, my adenoids grew back. I had to get removed again. But, I know this doesn't have to do with the computer, but, and, anyway, so I started, orange juice became so sweet I almost couldn't take it either. That was in last year, and so I started drinking 50% less sugar orange juice. That's always the point. So I tried one of these Premier drinks or Atkins or whatever. Didn't really like it at first, but then I said, okay, I'm just going to drink it. So I started drinking that. Instead of I could eat before I got my blood taken at the time, my blood sugar was 225. I ate a whole bowl of Frosted Mini Wheats, a little bag of cookies, a whole thing of orange juice, and something else. And when I think about that now, how stupid was that of me? All that sugar, all these carbs going into my body, and all this stuff I've been through in my life. Also, I remember being molested when I was a kid by somebody, but I can't remember if that, I can't know if that's true or not. But if I've been through that, being mentally, physically abused and tortured, verbally abused, and surviving someone killing me, all that I've been through, and there I was throwing my life away by eating like an idiot, and I thought to myself, what a fool. And my mom and I would be driving somewhere, and she'd say, what are you thinking about? Because I wouldn't talk to her, and I said, I'm talking to God. And that's the truth. I died, I'm going to say this, longest I died when I was on medevac, flooding shock trauma, I died for 90 seconds. And I remember seeing my dad and God when I died. Now, if that happened or not, I don't know, but I can still see it if it just happened yesterday, you know? Actually, I think my body's still healing. Because when I first got to the hospital, right here, see, they took like this part of my skull, they took it right here, little clips here. Right here in my head was like, out to here. On that, like, maybe here. It looked like it was like I got stung by a bee. It was super swollen. Then one day I was in my bed like this, and I didn't feel it, and I ran and looked in the mirror, and the swelling finally went down, and that was in 2019. So, let's see, it was in 313, 6, yeah, okay, 16 years it took for the swelling in my head to go down. How amazing is that? And then I started having phantom smells too. Somehow I'll just smell something, because I lost my smell. If I didn't say it, all but about 8% of my vision, I have no peripheral. So, it's fascinating how the body heals, you know? I started doing meditation too, and I feel so calm. And anyway, the next time I went to get my blood taken, because I had to go back, my blood sugar was 100, and I was 236 pounds, and I could fit in. I was wearing size like 48 pants, you know, and they were getting tight on me, and I was always so tired and worn out. And I was always in a bad mood. My mom said, "Don't eat so much bread and pasta." And I said, "It's okay." And my stepfather started saying, "You're never gonna be able to eat all that," and so it became kind of a joke thing. But meditation and eating better, I feel so much more at peace than I could have ever imagined feeling, you know? And I run exercise like 6 days a week, and I go to the YMCA twice a week if I get a chance. So, and it's weird too. My mentality changed, you know? I started feeling disconnected from my family and a lot of people, not my mom. Well, my grandfather now is like 82, and he sleeps a lot. He sleeps, then he gets up, eats dinner, takes another nap, and he takes another nap, and it's weird to me. I've seen him my entire life, and I've seen him less in the past year than I ever have. It's just strange. My grandmother, she can't hear at all anymore. She won't go get her ears checked. Mind you, both of them smoke. My grandfather has COPD and asthma, and he had an aortic aneurysm a couple of years ago. Survived all that, but I'm not going to put him down for smoking. Back when they were kids and teens, that was cool to do, you know? Whatever you want to do, man, do it. And my other aunt and uncle, my one niece kind of moved out. So it's just weird, you know? It's like my family seems so much more disconnected than they used to. It's weird to me. We've always been close, you know? So I guess, but like I said, mentality can change when you go through rapid weight loss. It makes you feel disconnected from people, so it's getting better though. And like I said, I know this has nothing to do with the Mac, but I just thought I would talk for a bit because I like talking. And when I get my new Mac, I don't know if I want to get a new computer or not. I mean, a new desk, because this desk is kind of big and the Mac Studio little, you know. So do I really need one like this? I don't know. I mean, it's pretty right. See, I have a lot of movies over here. Let's see, lots of movies. I have another room with movies too. In that room, there's series sets and animation and stuff. But if I got a smaller desk, maybe it would fit better, you know. And actually, with my MacBook, I thought maybe I'm cleaning that room out. I have a big things to sew stuff on. I watched a thing. I read a book about Jim Henson started making puppets, but I don't use it, so I'm gonna put that in the storage place. I have a little desk in there, and all my instruments against the wall, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. So if you're still with me, thank you, and I'm sorry I'm talking a lot, but it's just what I do, you know. So when I get my Mac Studio, I'll show you the box when I get it. I'll show you the unboxing, and I'll hook it up and show you guys how it works. And I hope you find it interesting. I don't post a lot of videos on YouTube. I thought about it before, but I thought, do I really want to consume my life? See, I'm glad I didn't grow up when there were cell phones. I used to be connected to AIM, man. I would sit in that all day talking to the one guy I talked to. A couple other of his friends I talked to as well, but that's what got me probably in all my trouble, you know, AIM. Being connected with people through the internet like that, but I'm thankful it happened. I've never changed anything that happened in my life, and so yeah, thank you for listening. And if you want to see the unboxing of a Mac Studio and see the setup and stuff, you'll see it soon. But I don't know, see my desktop, everything on my desktop is in the cloud, iCloud, so I'm guessing when I get my new Mac, this stuff will go onto the new desktop. But what about all my programs? So I guess they'll work with Mac Studio. I guess, I don't know, I hope they do. And like I said, I use the Adobe Suite, and I use Microsoft Office, and that's pretty much it. Plus, I have that one program, Clipart Studio, and I use QuickTime as well. Like right now, I'm recording this through QuickTime. I think I have QuickTime Pro. I paid for it like $20 years ago, so I don't know. Let's see, anything else? That's it as far as programs go. That's pretty much it. So now you're thinking to yourself, you are really paying for way more than you need, but and like I said too, I had an accident. I'm legally blind, can't drive, or never had a girlfriend. Although I kind of have memories of when I was in middle school, but I don't know. After my accident, are they memories of things that happened, or do I just have an idea about them happening? You know what I'm saying? So my mom and I go places, but so my whole life is pretty much here, you know, in my room. Everything I own is here, in that room, and a shed out there. I have a welder, kind of done to do being legally blind, and some tools do for fun, and I'm fine with that, man. I don't need a house. I don't need any of that. I just need my one little room, and I'm happy like that. So all I need is right here in this room, and yeah, it's peaceful though, isn't it? And I still remember, I still have it up there, American Pie on DVD. The original one I got when I was a teenager, and when I saw that, I thought, wow, that's gonna be me when I go to high school. I'm gonna go to parties and hang out with people. Never, no, definitely didn't happen. My stomach's making weird noises. And now when I watch it, it's so weird. I can't explain it, you know? Because when I watched it, I was so young, and I thought my life was going to be so cool hanging out with people, and how different my life became. Actually, I have a better life than I could have ever dreamt of having. Everything I ever wanted, everything I need, I have it. I forgive everyone who's ever hurt me. I don't hate any person or anything. I'm not mad at anyone. I love everyone, man. That's the truth. I'm so lucky to have that. And yeah. So it's kind of a long video, but eventually you'll stop looking at my fuzzy face and at my mop on top, and you will see an unboxing of a Mac Studio. So thanks for watching, and come back if you want to see more interesting stuff than just me.